With this, I'd like to inform all of you that we have a special guest with us now. We are joined by the Honorable Ambassador of Nepal to India, Dr. Shankar Prasad Sharma. Big round of applause for him, please. I request him to come on stage, please. Apart from being an ambassador, being a bureaucrat, he served as a professor of economics in the Tribhuvan University. He has also served as a vice chairman of the Planning Commission of Nepal and also served as the ambassador to US representing Nepal. And I have been told that he is quite passionate about education. So I'd like to request you, sir, to give your keynote address, your thoughts on education and how two countries, India and Nepal, can collaborate in the education field. A big round of applause for Dr. Shankar Prasad Sharma, Honorable Ambassador of Nepal to India.
Thank you so much for your very kind introduction. I am really honored and privileged to have been invited in this conclave, especially focusing on technology and innovation. Although I got this invitation only this morning, actually, but I said if it is a very brief program, then I can come and then attend. So. Organizers, they were able to accommodate me around this time, 6:30. So thank you so much for inviting me and accommodating me for this program. Great program. I listened to this last panel discussion about the new economic policy and the role of technology in the education system. I think this is a great area to be discussed, no doubt about that. If we talk about Nepal, I think there is a great digital divide. It's not only Nepal, I think most of the developing countries and even emerging countries, I guess they have the similar kind of problem. The reason is that we have rural schools. They are not very good in terms of resources. We have urban schools, slightly better in terms of their resources, in terms of tuition fees and support. We have private schools versus public schools. Public schools, although in terms of teachers, I think they are very good. Their salaries are, I think, attractive compared to the most of the private schools. But private schools are doing much better in terms of technology, in terms of outcome. So I think this kind of digital divide and the gap between the private sector and public sector is very wide in Nepal. Now talking about the technology, I think this will itself have some implication to the internalization of the technology. The rural areas, I can say, even if you give computers, probably we don't have people to repair it in case of any problems. We may not have people who can help in the applications. We may not have people to support them in a sustainable way in the technological development and use in the rural schools. So that makes very difficult in the rural school, meaning that even if we provide computers and the teacher for computer science and technology, it becomes very difficult to sustain it. But on the other hand, if we see the private schools in Kathmandu, I think they are overwhelmed. I think it's also we have seen in the families, if the children, they don't eat, they get the smartphone. If they don't sleep, they get the smartphone. So I think it's also a relief for the parents. So that has become kind of norms for most of the household in what I have seen in Nepal and elsewhere, even in the United States. So, but technology is important, no doubt about that. I come from the economics background. But if we see some of the people who have received Nobel Prize in economics, or some of the renowned economists that we see in top universities in the United States, they have moved from physics, they have moved from mathematics, they have moved to economics from statistics. The reason is that it's easy to publish paper. I'm not saying that it's that easy, but these days, if you have to publish the papers, I think you have to have some regression, analysis, statistical analysis, econometric analysis, things like that. And these people are very good in those kind of analytics. So that's the reason we see more successful economies coming from the other disciplines like physics, mathematics, and statistics. What I have also seen in terms of technology, I think even there is a prediction from the industry experts in India that between now and 2030, the technological application in the field of consumer will increase by tenfold, 10 times. It's not 100%, 200%, it's a 10 times. So meaning that how rapidly it is increasing in all the countries. I have seen in US, number of Indian companies, they have started training people from different disciplines, and after getting training for 3 to 6 months, they are also assured to get jobs somewhere in the digital economy. And then I have seen that, and then lots of Nepali students have also participated in those areas. So the demand for digital economy, the size of digital economy, the rapid progress of digital economy is phenomenal, no doubt about that. But how do we develop it? How do we, I think, balance it with other social interactions and other fields of education and development? I think that's a very challenging issue for most of the countries, no doubt about that. Having said that, I guess this kind of discussion and interactions are very important to shape the future of technological development and its adaptation, especially in the school level, university level, college level, and even at the application level at the consumer point of consumption. India, I think, has emerged as one of the top center for digital economy and innovation. I think what I think probably is the emphasis given by India in the field of science and technology in the earlier stage that has helped India, and the emphasis given by the parents in South Asia and especially the whole of Asia on the education and children's education. I think these are the two factors that have made India the big hub. It's not only the big hub. If you see the contribution in the export of India's goods and services, I think the computer science application, digital economy becomes number one in the world. So this has also some implication to the neighboring countries like Nepal, I think Bhutan, Bangladesh, Maldives, Sri Lanka, these countries, because what India does, I think most of the countries in the region, they would like to replicate, they would like to copy, because it's easy to come here, have communication with the Indian experts, easy to read and get the access of innovation in India. So I think that will have a major implication to the digital development in the region. So I guess the program like this will have very valuable implication to the participants even for the regional countries and experts who are helping the region and the neighboring countries in South Asia. With this, I guess I would like to wish for grand success for this APAC 4th Global Education and Skill Conclave. This is, I guess, just the beginning. The journey is very long. I think we should move on and then we should move forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shankar P. Sharma, Honorable Ambassador of Nepal to India, for your words of wisdom. And truly, you talked about the very important aspect of digital divide, but how, again, those divide can be bridged, and how a country like India, Nepal, and the neighboring countries can all join hands together to make that comprehensive education ecosystem more meaningful and more children-friendly. Thank you so much. And I'd like to inform you that we have got a representation of Nepal here in this conclave as well. Some of our partners are from Nepal and some of the award winners are also from Nepal. But before that, we would like to present you with the speaker memento. Can we have the memento on stage, please? A big round of applause for him, please. Though we have the main award ceremony after one panel discussion, but there are one award which we want to be given by Honorable Ambassador. So, this award goes to Shiksha Anusandhan, Deemed to University, and they are getting this award on the category of Outstanding Private University of East India. And for that, I would like to invite Mr. Amit Banerjee and Preetham Nayak to come on stage and receive the award. A huge round of applause for them, please. Also have the representative from the Kathmandu World School on stage, please, for photo option. Yeah. Can you have them on stage, please? That was Dr. Shankar P. Sharma, Honorable Ambassador of Nepal to India. Huge round of applause for him for sharing with us his thoughts on the collaborative opportunities between India and Nepal in the education field. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. With this, we move to the next slot, that is the industry presentation by Mr. Aditya Negi, EdTech Head of Early Salary. Can we have Mr. Aditya Negi on stage, please? A huge round of applause for him, and that will be followed by the last panel discussion of the day, NEP and digital transformation in higher education, and of course that will be followed by the much awaited 4th APAC News Network Education Awards. So please do stay back for this award ceremony as well.